name is John Harrison Mudomi, a third-year student taking journalism and digital media. I am happy to be here to this show. God bless you so much. Yes, of course, ethical guidelines should be observed when covering stories which have to do with disability, especially things to do with the visually impaired people. You cannot go there and maybe as you are reporting cases to do with the visually impaired people, you try to stigmatize them and to report in a manner that you criticize them or you bring them down in a way. So every journalist must have an understanding and a clear instinct that these people really need that empathetic nature of a human being for them to also feel assimilated and part of the community at large. Thank you very much. Some of the misconception is that these people are also so believe that if you cannot see it clearly, you can hear it clearly. This misconception has been running through. You know, sight is very important in our today's life. And you know, these people, when we just surround and say that maybe they understand everything we are saying, even if they are not seeing it, it's not right. Let's say, for instance, you are explaining a color, either black or blue. They will get to hear this, but they cannot figure it out. Like, how is blue, how is black looking like? So those are some of the misconceptions which are not understood, like to the colors and other things which has to do with our environment today. These people, if they have heard of the blue color through the ears, they have not seen the blue color with their eyes, and so they cannot know what is the blue color or what is the red color. You know, in my line of duty as a journalist, how we avoid this is by like avoid this once and avoid instances which are putting you in a place of which you have to compromise the values and to compromise with the constant conduct of a journalist. If you are dealing with someone with disability, specifically the visually impaired people, get to understand like those terms which you should not use, to make sure that they understand everything that you are saying clearly, because sight is important and these people cannot see. So ensure that you explain it clearly and they get the clear picture of what you are talking about. There are many challenges which are encountered by journalists in navigating through such. You find that in our media houses today, there is not like those specific means to ensure that the braille, let me not talk of the braille, like these people who are visually impaired, there is no place for them in our medias, in most of our medias today, to ensure that they get a clear information. Take, for instance, in things to do with the adverts, in things to do with maybe the musical backgrounds in the movies. These people will not get to understand clearly what is the clear picture of what is happening, though they can hear. This can be corrected in a manner that at least the way to correct this is just simple. Though we cannot do it all, we can ensure that at least there is that manner that these people can be explained these things clearly, to ensure that nothing is left out for them. This has been so common, and it's normal for human beings to be opportunists in every place that they find opportunities, and yet no one is there to help them. They are trying to survive in the space. You find that someone is pretending to be visually impaired so that he can cross or she can cross the road, and they are not the same. So they can just get to assess passing the road. You find others are pretending that their legs are just this way, so they can pass along, so they can be excused in cars, only to find after you start there is nothing of the sort. So in journalism, this has been evident in many ways, and I think it's good for people to get to understand that not everyone, that this is not something to take pride in. Let's take, for instance, for the people who are deaf. someone is pretending to be deaf and is not a deaf, maybe don't want to give you some of their views, you can try do some sign language there and get to know if these people will be in a position to interpret. If they cannot interpret it, you just tell him mseba ebu changamka. Yeah. People to join the classes, people who are not visually impaired, and also like try to accommodate those people who are visually impaired by bringing them to our school and teaching them they are also human beings. And in Kenya at large, that can also be done effectively by opening more schools and opening these opportunities for those who have done it already. Thank you. Wow. My advice to those people who want to do it, as a specialist in this field, let us be empathetic and know that a disability is not inability. Let's try to be empathetic enough to understand that we are journalists and we give news. We give the breaking news and other news. And it's our space. We should ensure that everyone gets the required information and the correct one to avoid many misconceptions. So I can advise the journalists to navigate through search and take classes which has to do with the visually impaired people and sign language and love it and be passionate about it. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much for that good question. My approach to reporting on the matters to do with visual impairment is this. Everyone and every human being needs to be respected, and they need to be given an access to the information that is happening worldwide. So I approach this as a serious matter whereby these people should be given an opportunity to access every information that is circulating globally in our nation. Thank you.